Using the wrong needle, and that's both for, this is a mistake for beginners, reusing the same needle. Okay, these are the top 3 mistakes that beginners make when they're doing an injection using a vial. Number 1, they don't disinfect the top of the vial. So you've got to make sure you disinfect by wiping with an alcohol wipe and letting it dry the top of the vial and letting it dry before you go in and remove your testosterone injection. So number 2, using the wrong needle, and that's both for, this is a mistake for beginners, both for going into the vial using the wrong needle, but importantly, the wrong needle for injecting. And this purpley thing is a needle filter. You wouldn't use this with the vial because you're going to potentially core out and make a hole in that rubber bung, and that rubber bung reseals the testosterone, and you definitely, I'm going to show you why, you definitely don't want to inject with this, because this is just too fat and painful and is not meant for injection. This is meant for being used with ampoules. But that would be a mistake beginners can make. The other mistake would be maybe using the needle that wasn't recommended by your doctor, though you could use needles like this with a vial, but there are risks that if you use the wrong needle, it will take you ages to remove it. So some people will use these types of needles to remove the liquid. Another mistake is reusing the same needle, or even pre-filling these things and saving them for a later date. If it's days and days and days later, that's a mistake beginners make. The third mistake beginners might make is injecting with bubbles, or not checking to make sure there are no bubbles. And as you can see with this syringe, and there are bubbles. There's bubbles in the top bit of the needle, and there's bubbles within the syringe. And so the mistake would be not to remove those bubbles before injecting. With subcutaneous, again, even subcutaneous, you don't want to have large bubbles. Teeny tiny small ones, but you try to get most of them out. And you can see we've removed most of the bubbles in this. So those would be the 3 mistakes that you want to avoid if you're injecting using a vial. And some of them also apply to the ampoule. Hope that helps.